Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Ben from Epic Guitar Instruction. Thank you all so much for joining us today. Gonna do Suspicious Minds from Elvis today. Such a really great guitar part. James Burton, really fun to play. So this is a fun lesson. We're gonna jump in and show you how to play the signature guitar intro as well as all the changes for the tune. So as we're looking at this tune, the thing that just really identifies it right away is that guitar intro. We have this sort of sound here with our G and our little addition. And that really sets the stage for the rest of the tune. So that's where we'll start today. Let's go ahead and grab a G chord, but let's notice how we're fingering it here, the alternate fingering where we don't use the index finger, and that's an important distinction to make because of the second piece to this. Basically, the way I think about this move that he does here is we have a G chord held like this, and then you're going to make a C chord, but bookend it with G notes. So I still have G held down here with the ring finger and pinky finger, and then inside of that with my other fingers, I'm where I would normally be for a C chord. So this provides us with a nice little embellishment to that G chord, and it really makes this riff go. Without looking at our right hand, we can just kind of practice that movement. And you have, you know, every 60s folk song ever written there too. Just jokes, just jokes. So getting that move down and also hammering into that is going to be what we're going to want to do. So you're going to want to play and then hammer on to those two inside notes. So once we have that established, what we're going to do is take a look at a hybrid picking pattern to help us attack this. What we're going to do at first is holding down our G chord. We'll turn our attention here to our right hand now. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick string 6 and then string 4 with my pick. And then I'm going to pluck strings 2 and 3 with my middle and ring finger respectively here. Okay, so we're going to play 6, 4 with the pick and then 3 and 2 with the pluck. So try that out, get comfortable with that to start. Maybe even do it in time like that. Once you have that move down, we add the second half. And what we're doing here is I'm going to pick string 4 and then I'm hammering on to that inside C chord idea that I talked about earlier. So that's going to be a pick and hammer on. Go ahead and hammer on to both, even though you're only playing one string. This will set you up as you continue the little roll here with the right hand. And that roll is just to play string 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3. All together. And we see it's that hybrid picking that really makes this go. Kind of gives it a little bit of that banjo-esque flavor. And that's what makes the riff, you know, that's what makes it happen. So that's one time through. Once you put part 1 and part 2 together, just try working that up slowly and, you know, just check out the phrasing, make sure the timing's good. And try repeating. Just like anything we do, you know, start slow. Try repeating it slow. And then gradually, you can try some faster tempos. Now, basically, once we have that picking pattern together, we're just going to move that through some other chord changes. We're going to next take a look at a C bar chord here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the same finger picking pattern, but instead of starting on string 6, I'm going to start on string 5 now, because that's where the root of my chord is. So this is going to be 5, 4, then strings 2 and 3 together. So that'd be the first move. Now, if you can visualize right here the second move, it's really the same thing we did in the open position, but this time we're going to hammer on from our first finger barring at the 5th fret, and we're hammering right here. But if I were to visualize that my guitar started right here, you'd see it's basically the same pattern. We're just hammering into like an inside C shape here. So what's tricky about this is you want to start from a barred position for our C, and then you got to shift over and bar here with the index finger to complete the hammer on here and the second part of the pattern. First half, second half. So a little more left hand movement than the first chord that we were on. But once again, you know, just start slow and try to get it together at that speed. So that's our second chord. Third chord in the tune is going to be a D bar chord, but this time we're off the hook a little bit. We're just going to fill in and not really move around too much. What I'll oftentimes do for this part of the progression is just play 5, 4, 3, and 2 together, and then back to string 4, and just kind of alternate there. Back to C. And you're back to the first riff. So let's take it all the way through the verse now, putting all those different pieces together. First time through. Do the same thing again. This time, D, C, B minor, A minor. So leading into the chorus or the next section, you have a different tail that you're going to do. As we're noticing as we learn this tune, we see that there's some chord changes that can be a little bit tricky. We're moving from open position chords, sometimes to bar chords, vice versa, back and forth. And so these are techniques that are good to know, not just for this tune, but for so many others. And at Epic Guitar Instruction, we want to help you out with that skill. What we're going to do, what we have is a free video lesson and a coinciding ebook that basically just details how to work on this stuff in your practice time. Gives you essential fret hand techniques, how to switch between chords, open position chords and bar chords, and just, you know, some good exercises you can use in your daily guitar playing ritual that will help this part of your guitar playing get better. So click on the link below. The link below will take you and give you that free video lesson and coinciding ebook. Best of all, it's all free, so check that out. And what we did there is we just played descending D, C, B minor to A minor. So that takes you through your verse. Now what we're going to do here is just a different set of changes. And here I like to go away from the hybrid picking and just use the pick and do some full strumming. So we're going to start here on C, G, B minor, C, D, E minor, B minor, C, D, and then sometimes sus4 there, and then back into your verse. So that's the change right there. Let's play the verse going into the change. Block down, strum. And you're just back into your verse. So you do each of those sections 2 times, verse, chorus, and then we have a bridge section to this tune, which finds us go into a 6/8 time or a different little time signature that we're going to count. The rest of the tune is in 4/4. You can just count 4 beats to each bar. But when we go to the bridge, we want to be thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And basically the chords are going to be pretty straightforward. All we're going to do is just hit the lower part of the chord on count 1. 1, 2, 3, and then the top part on count 4. And you're just kind of accenting with the snare drum in the song, so it gives you a nice thwack. Okay, so the chords are going to be, and I'll just kind of count this out as we go. E minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, B minor, 4, 5, 6, C, D, back to E minor, to B minor, C. Now right here, we're back in 4/4 time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're back to our original section. So kind of a neat little way that we can do a bridge there is to, go to that 6/8 time. It makes it nice and dramatic and big there before we go back in. But that's all the sections of the tune. Once you get that finger style, that hybrid picking thing together, you're off and running, and you're playing one of these James Burton Elvis classics. It's a really fun tune. So hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. I'm Ben for Epic Guitar Instruction. And hey, if you dug the lesson, give us a thumbs up below, leave us a comment, let us know how we're doing. Be sure and click subscribe too, and we'll let you know whenever we post a new lesson, every time, guaranteed. Okay, and again, this is Ben for Epic Guitar Instruction. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you all next time.